All right, we're gonna get started. Get my sweater off. I know nobody's here yet, but for any replay reasons, I am cutting out the Regina Phalange. This is the tote size. I love it. And look at this. This is, I mean, it is a great bag. Beautiful bag. I have a viewer. Hello, whoever you are. Let me know who you are. So I'll go ahead and start over real quick since I got a couple viewers now. This is the Regina Phalange by Sincerely Jen. Hello, Robin. This is from last year. She released this pattern last year. So I've had the, actually I bought the pattern right when she released it. I really liked it. I watched her video on it, Jen's video on it, and thought it was really neat bag. But I've never sat down to actually make it. And while I do not typically carry a big bag because I work from home, my paying job is work from home job. So I don't normally carry a bag around. But I like bag. I need a bag. I currently have a bag that I carry around for my craft shows. And this is the, I can't remember the name of it. I like this bag. I made the handles too short, so that's the one thing I don't like about it. And it's not big enough to cram all of my stuff in it. I like to cram a lot of things when I go to a show. I got my tablet. I got, you know, all kinds of stuff. If anybody does craft shows, they'll understand why. So I made this bag because I just like the prints. I loved it so much. I want to make the ginormous size. Hi, Delphina. Hi, Jacqueline. Yeah, we've had good weather. However, it's going to get cold again tomorrow. It's supposed to rain tonight. The wind's been blowing, so we're going to get cold again. That's Midwest. I mean, you're going to go from hot to cold in 12, less than 6 hours. It's done that. But I love this bag so much. And I want a bigger bag for my craft shows. So I'm going to make the Regina Phalange in the traveler size. So it's meant for traveling, but it'll travel with me to my craft shows. And I'm going to make it just like this because I mean, I love this bag. I mean, this one I'm going to sell, but I love this bag so much. I'm going to make one almost identical, very close to this one. Begin at the traveler size. So I thought we'd cut it out together and see how it goes. I think it shouldn't take too long since I've already cut out once. I kind of know, you know, where all the pieces, how the pieces go, and I know what I want as far as, you know, do I want this? And I thought maybe I'd kind of go through my thought process just in case somebody who's relatively new at bag making, the thought process of how I construct it or what I come up with my ideas to make the colors. Let's see. Hi, Jeannie. I have to look close because my obviously it's my camera's not. But anyways, my hair's very flat today, by the way. I'm going to get ready to get it all cut off in the next couple weeks too, by the way. It's going to be cut off. Let it grow for the last 6 years. I like it, but I think I want something different this year. Okay. I used to wear my hair short all the time, but I've gotten lazy. When you work from home, you get lazy really quick, really easy. Some people don't. I do. I mean, if you give me the opportunity to be lazy, I'll be lazy. And working from home gives you the opportunity to be lazy when you're not on camera a lot. I'm on camera once a week, which is today. So my hair is fixed and I have makeup on. But I can wear a t-shirt like this and it'd be okay because you won't see me. You don't typically see my shirt. It's okay for what my job. I don't have to be like professional looking. Some people don't even look like they got out of bed. Anyway, so let's cut out my thought process on this bag. I thought I'd go over that with you before we give it a cut. Let me get my laptop out of the way, guys. My laptop is about shot. I dropped it again the other day. Look at this. I dropped it the other day and it landed right on this corner. It was closed and it hit this basement concrete floor directly on the concrete. Cracked my screen. And I tell you what, I need a new laptop. I need to get a Mac for my videos to do my videos better, but that I can't afford. I'm in the process of trying to do the monetization thing, but I'm going to tell you what, you got to jump through hoops for YouTube. So I got to sit down and read the stuff to figure out how it works. Anyway, my thought process on this. So I knew I wanted to use this. This is Tulip Bee's French Floral. I forgot to put what this is in the description, but I'll do it after the video's over in case somebody who watches this later on or wants the link. I mean, it's tulipbee.com or tulipbee.com. But when she first came out with this French Floral, I thought, you know, when I seen it, I thought it would be too busy. Sorry. I thought it would be too busy. Hey, looking at myself in these cameras. Anyways, but I seen Susan make that little Brook bifold with it. And I thought, well, that is kind of cute. So I bought the Smoothie Smooth. I thought, well, okay, it'll be cute as a lining. And it's a great lining for a bag. It's just so nice. So then I got, well, that lining looks pretty good in this bag because I used it for a bag. And I can't remember which, I know which bag. I used it for my Demelza. That's what I used the French Floral for. So this is my Demelza that we did on the Know Me So Long. And I used the French Floral for that bag. It's really hard to see. I loved it. So then I went and bought the vinyl. Let me get this zip back up. Oh, my zipper's twisted. Sorry, I'm just trying to tear. Now I'm trying to break my zipper. So anyways, that's my backstory. I love this bag too. This is a nice big bag. It's just one big opening, and I'm not a huge fan of just having one ginormous opening in a bag. I love the center pockets, which this has. But we're going to make a change on this bag. So I wanted to pick colors. I love Wabi Sabi. This is her Faux Real Wabi Sabi, and I wanted to use that with it. I thought that looked really good. But in her and Jen's pictures, and I watched, when, like I said, when it came out, I watched her little tutorial, and she did a live showing the bags. I kind of wanted to do a little bit of different colors on it. And so I just got working with colors. And I had some leftover navy from Sally Tomato. This is her Legacy, which is really nice. I had some leftovers, so I used it for the sides and the bottom. I thought that would be just something different. Pull the blues out of this color. I just love this color. I love this print. So that's kind of what I did. And then, because when I usually have a busy outside of a bag, I try not to get too busy on the inside. I tend to be a little more like solids and stuff. And I made my zipper tape nice and long because I like, when I get into a bag, I like to open it up and get into it. So this is one of the things I like about it. It has that divider pocket, and it is an attached divider pocket. There is no gap under the pocket to the other side. Love that. And so this is great. So I kind of did the, Smoothie Smooth and this one. And this is the, hold that thought. This is the Moss. I thought it was Moss. Sorry, I had to get it out. This is the Moss and Smoothie Smooth. And it just kind of blends really well. And then I had this canvas, waterproof canvas from my Handmade Space. So I thought I'd throw a little bit in there. I kept with a floral rather than trying to do something a little different. I like to play with colors and stuff, but I try not to mix patterns too much. So I kind of went with this because it's got a little bit of a green in it and some blue in it. So I thought that would be neat as a divider pocket. However, it's one big, huge pocket. And you can put a lot of stuff in that. And especially if with the traveler size is 15 inches tall, 7¼ inches wide, and 7 inches deep. That's a huge bag. I can cram a lot of stuff in that bag. When I go to a craft show, I can bring my whole sewing space in there. Because what I like to do on the downtimes, I cut patterns pieces. Yes, I sit and cut pattern pieces while I'm sitting at a show and I have downtime. And lately, I've had a lot of downtime. Won't go there. We're not talking about craft shows tonight as far as that's concerned. But, yeah. However, like I said, it's one big pocket. And what I loved about this pattern, then one of the reasons why I bought it and liked it so much was, number one was the divider pocket. But what I loved about this is she's got two separate pockets. She's got a zipper pocket, and then the other side is a open slip pocket. And the idea behind this was you could put like a water bottle or something in here. You just use a waterproof canvas, and then you can have a divider pocket or a water bottle pocket, which is great. But it's just very tight. I actually took this bag and made a larger one of this bag for my daughter. But if I had thought about the Regina Phalange, didn't even think about it, I'd have made her one of these. But she loves what I made her. I just made it 110% of this bag, but I still added with depth to hers. But I love this bag. That's pretty too. Winnie, hi. Winnie Lamb, how you doing? So that's kind of my thought process. It has an exterior pocket as well. It's a slip pocket, and how she has you do it, it's a full, this panel is a full pocket, but the way you do your rivets here like that, it keeps it from being a saggy pocket, she says, and then you can just reach in there and it fits your hand. And then I always call man hands, but you can slip your hand in there and you still got, some good room. I was trying to think of a different way of doing this so you can have a full pocket and just put a snap on there, but I can't think of an idea right now because I would lose the rivet, and the way the connectors are attached, we would lose that because the connectors are attached through this upper piece, contrast piece. Unless I can come up with a different idea, I'm going to leave this the way it is. But I would like to leave it open and then put a good snap here is what I'd like to do. That's in the thought and process. So I thought we'd go ahead and get it cut out so you can see me cutting this out. Not that it's exciting or anything, but just so you get a general idea of the pieces in case this pattern interests you. Again, it's Sincerely Jen. But she's the one that did the little barrel bag that I sewed on. She's done the I can't think. She's done several, and I've got a few of her patterns. But anyway, so let's get going on this. Let's zip this one up. So yeah, I'm gonna do that divider pocket with this bag. I'm going to turn that into just like that, so I have that as well in that big bag, because I usually bring a cooler with me when I go to the shows, and I don't usually drink all of that stuff. I usually bring something with me as I drive there, and then because I don't drink coffee, so I drink a pop. Some people might call them sodas, but I call them pops. But I usually bring a can of pop with me and drink that on the way. That's my caffeine. And then I drink water while I'm there. And I don't drink too much while I'm there because I'm usually by myself. So needless to say, I usually have to trust somebody, usually my neighbor, which I've had fantastic neighbors at craft shows. But I usually have to have somebody watch my booth so I can go run to the little girl's room. But anyway, another great, and the feature on this bag, it's these two slippers, these two zippers here on the side is one full pocket. Boom. That's one ginormous pocket. It's a fantastic bag. I love it. I'm just so upset that I've not made this sooner. I'm trying to get mine done. Yes, please hit your like button. Thank you, Delphina. Like buttons, comments, that does help me out a lot. And like I said, I'm trying to get monetized, so we'll see where it goes. You do have to jump through hoops with YouTube to get there, but I'm working on it. I'm between working and sewing, which my hours are getting less and less with our new help. We're getting caught up. So boo on no overtime, but yay on more time for bag making and lives. It's easier to schedule a live too when I know what time I'm going to get off, right? Maybe I'll do more lives. I don't know. I'm going to try. Like I said, I'm going to sew this up. I'm trying to decide if I want to do this as a live. You guys can help me out. Try to decide if I want to do this as a live. If I do, it has to be 2 parts. There's a lot to the bag between the exterior zipper pockets, the zipper pocket, the slip pocket, and then sewing on the sides and everything, and then doing that bottom. So that would have to be one, and then the lining would have to be another one. So it would have to be in 2 parts. Otherwise, if I did it, I would do it as a tutorial. Again, Jen's got one. It's a great one. I watched that. Actually, I watched it last year when it came out. But putting the bag together was not complicated. It's just, it's a good bag. It's a good pattern. And, but I thought, you know, we could sew it up if you want me to. So let me know if you wanted me to do a live on this or not. Oh, I wanted to ask your opinion. I need a crossbody strap for this bag. Now I have some more webbing on order with Kasaya. I just did it last night. Of course, I had to add on. And on their live today, I'm like, I had it on to my order, you know, make sure she's seen the email before she got my order together. I don't know if any of these would work, but this is what I have that comes closest to this bag. I like that. 2-part live. Okay, thank you, Robin. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I want my new bag, because again, this is for me. I would like to have, I have another show the 20, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. I want it done by then so I can carry it to my new show, my next show, my new bag to my next show. So if I do it, I would have to get the lives in before that, which I can do. I think I can do it. I've got what we call files at my job, the work that I do, we refer to them as files. I have a ton of them that's coming due next Friday, but I'm working on them a little bit each day, as long as my associate gets her work done, which she's doing good, so we'll see. I'm trying to figure out what webbing, if any of these works. Again, I have some coming from Kasaya, so I don't know. If these don't work, I can wait until I get my webbing in from her. I have this. I don't know if this would work. This is black and blue. Let's see. I don't have any with green in it. And that's kind of where I'm going with the black. I don't know. Let me know. I have, we'll say multicolor. We'll say blue 1.5 inches. Now I've got this 2-inch webbing. I didn't realize it was 2 inches when I ordered it, but I do like it. I got this actually off of Amazon. It's actually not a bad webbing. It's pretty good, actually. It's nice and thick. I got it for a really good deal. And it's 2 inches. And I do have 2-inch connectors or 2-inch strap things. So if I need to use this, I have the hardware to use. But I don't know if I like that either. But do you guys, any of you like these colors to go with this? I don't know. I have a hard time with, I could say I have a hard time with a solid. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I agree with you, Delphine. I do. So, the only solids, I mean, I could go search, I can search some more. The only solids that I have are browns and tans. Oh, this is where it goes. I really like this webbing though. I guess I got this off of Amazon. It was marked down. It's 2 inches, and I think that's why it was marked down, but it's really pretty. And there's nothing wrong with a 2-inch, having a 2-inch crossbody. Yeah, I'm gonna look, I'll look some more and find some solids. I do agree, Delphina. Hi, Diane. No, none of them. Yeah, Robin, I'm agreeing with you guys. I really am. And that's why I kind of was wanting to ask you. Because I'm just... It's one of those things where you start buying webbing. And I had so much webbing. And you just don't know, you know, when you buy webbing. And then I do try to keep a little bit of a stock. Because I hate waiting. I hate waiting. It's like I started a special order on a bag for, actually it's for a coworker. And I sat down and started working and I realized I needed black rivets. I'm like, crap, I need rivets. And then I needed a zipper to match. I don't have red and with black teeth. I used up all of that. And that's the stuff I had to add to my order. So I go in and put an order with Kasaya last night, realizing I forgot my rivets and my zipper tape. So now the bag that I'm making for my coworker, I'm trying to get done by next weekend so she can come pick it up at the show because she don't live far from it. I have to stop. I got the gusset done. I got the front panel done. Check this out. It's the Eva. I was going to do this for the live, but because I don't have everything I need, I can't. She is a Grinch fanatic. I mean, she loves everything Grinch. She wanted a Grinch purse. We couldn't come up with colors that we liked. I couldn't find anybody to embroider for me. So I found this patch. This is a thing. I don't want to call it iron-on, but it's heat transfer. It's heat transfer. And we decided to go with the red center panel. And then the rest of it's all black. Isn't that so cute? I got this done last night. Anyway. And then I've got navy blue. That could work because of that would work. And then if I did that, I would order enough for me for my crossbody. I will do that. I will look for a navy blue webbing. That would work really well. But then I got this Stink Stank Stunk, and I put that on the gusset of the Eva bag because it's just kind of right there. I think it's so cute. She'll love it. I know she will. And then I found this cotton fabric. It's cotton, but it's all the little Grinchisms. I love it. Anyway, that's not what we're here for, right? We're here for this. Let's get cutting. Let's get cutting. All right. So, obviously, I can't all her pattern pieces, none of them have sizes on it. She does have a couple of pieces that we have to do measurements with. But other than that, we're okay to show cutting out the pieces. This is all I have left. Ooh, I hope I have enough. I should. It's a big bag. Like I say, that's my dinner right there. The traveler size is a big bag. So I've got my pieces separated already. I'm all separated with, so this is exterior stuff. So main front, which is this piece, that's the front of it, main front. Plus you'll have your top and your bottom. So you're gonna still have another piece on top and another piece on bottom. That's a big, big bag. All right, I want that to be my floral. The back, of course, to be the floral. Like I said, I want this to be similar. Oh, and this, like I say, this is Hallie Tomatoes Legacy Navy. And I used what was left over. There wasn't much of this left over, but I have Tulip Bees Navy Faux Real. So I'm going to use that on the sides and the bottom. And my lining for this bag is going to be a little different. I am using dark green water-proof water-resistant canvas from My Handmade Space. It's thinner, but I really like this. It's a similar, like I say, it's similar in color. It's just different in thickness. This is a lot thinner. It's just a water-resistant canvas for my lining. And then this will be my interior divider pocket, is what this is going to be. This is also My Handmade Space water-resistant canvas Garden Tails. It's really cute. I'll show you more when I get to it. That's going to be my divider pocket and my slip pocket. I'll probably use this for my zipper pocket. Even though it's directional, I don't care to have the front of it upside down. I'll make sure the back of it's right side up. But, so, those are my different, oh, and holy guacamole, Kasaya's thread. Love this color of thread. And it goes fantastic with Wabi Sabi, by the way. And it actually doesn't look bad on that navy, too. I mean, having that green on the navy, I don't think it looks bad. Let's cut. All right, so we want the back main, the front main in the floral. I want my, oh, I was going to do a two-tone handle like this one, but I don't have enough of this. And I want my handles, in her pattern, the length of her handles, I added 3 inches. Let me find what I did. Let me find it. I've got it hidden somewhere. Here we go. I've got the measurements. I added 4 inches to this handle that she has written. So this is 4 inches longer overall on this here. Because I like a longer handle. I like to be able just to grab it. And then, I mean, you can still throw this on your shoulder like that. But on the traveler size, I'm going to actually increase it by 6 inches. I'm adding, obviously. I just had a number in my head, and it's 6. I'm adding 6 inches to the traveler handle. And since I don't have enough of the French floral, unless I order another roll, I don't know. I have to decide tonight if I want to order another roll. I mean, if I order it, I'd have it in 2 days. If I order it tonight, what's this, Tuesday? If I ordered it tonight, I'd have it Friday. And that's pretty good with getting it out. Hello, Jules. Hi, Cynthia. I might do that because I really like that two-tone handle. Yeah, I think Annette's going to get another order from me. But I'm not going to do a ginormous order because I can't afford it. I'm trying to pay off bills, not create more. All right. Exterior top, we're going to keep that as Wabi Sabi. So floral. Look at this. Look at the size of this zipper overlay. That's huge. I am going to make, I've got already one slip pocket trim cut. I'm going to cut another one because I want there's 2 slip pockets in there. I'm going to do 2 slip pockets and 2 zipper pockets in there. I like lots of pockets. I may never use all of them, but I want that option to be able to cram stuff in there. That's why I'm making this huge one to carry around to my shows. I'm having a lot of shows this year. I'm already booked out through April. I have, this is navy. This is the size, so we're going to make that navy. I'm going to keep this with the, I don't know if it will clash. It's just a zipper overlay. So I'm going to make my overlay. If I have enough vinyl left, I'm going to make this my zipper overlay in the floral. But anyway, oh, that's extra cuttings there. We get that out of the way. This is the bottom. Look at the base. This is the base. This will be navy. Oh, and my side, I'm going to keep that on the same on my sides. I'm going to do that as well. Side connectors. But that's measurements. She just gives you measurements for your side connectors. Exterior bottom accent. That's what goes around the base of the bag. I don't know if I want to keep that Wabi Sabi on my bag or make it navy to match. Can your zipper overlay be navy? Oh yeah, I have a full roll of navy. I've not cut into my navy. I can do that. Do my zipper overlay. The only thing is my zipper overlay, you think that would be okay? Because this is my lining. Yeah, because I worry about the floral in there clashing with this floral. Now, the navy probably would be best. It puts a little bit of color in the bag, and it's not like going against that. Yeah. You know, I watch everybody else do their cutouts. I don't do cutouts usually. I don't know if I've done a cutout because I sit and think of all this stuff myself. But when I watch Barbie and Kasaya do it, I look at them and I think, you know, why don't I do it and have people help me out? Sometimes I have to go bug my husband and ask him his opinion, which he has good taste, by the way. My husband does have good taste and stuff. Well, of course he's got good taste. He married me, right? That was a bad joke. Bottom accent. Should I go with a navy on the bottom accent or keep it Wabi Sabi? You like the green and the navy together. So keep the bottom trim on my bag. Keep it green like this instead of going navy on my bag. I think so. I think we'll keep it green. All right. We'll keep it green. So this goes in this little pile. Making sure my stuff. Okay, let's get cutting. So I only need one of each of these for the exterior. And then we're going to go navy on that. I think I might still keep my little trim piece for my slip pocket, maybe. Because it's just so small, you're not going to notice it. I might just keep that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. This does have direction. The French floral is directional. So we are going. I need to get. Guys. I thought I had enough. We are not going to get it all cut out tonight, which is fine. Maybe. Yeah. I should have checked a little closer before I did all of this. Let's see. I'm thinking, I wonder if I should change the back then to a solid. All navy on the trim. Well, now I'm thinking, because I don't have enough of this, I could either wait or place an order with Annette, get another roll of this, or make the back navy. This is what we go through. I'm telling you. Let's see. That's as far as I can go with this piece. Hold on. So this is as far as I can go. My hair's driving me crazy. All right. So that's as far as I can go. And no injuries this week. Oh, look, I'm healing. There's my cut. It's finally healing. I made sure. I even cleaned my desk. And when I cleaned up underneath my mat, I picked up my metal paste. Even though it's cut, even though I've got tape on it now, I making sure I don't need no more injuries. I need that. I'm going to make the back. I'm going to hold off on the back. We're not going to be able to cut all of it tonight. We're going to make this one. I want that to be the floral. Place an order because you want to use the floral for your handle. Yes. So I will keep this. We won't cut the back tonight. We'll cut this when I get my order, and I'll cut my handles. Again, I'll go ahead and do a sew on live. I have to figure out my schedule. When we'll do the exterior. And I'll have like the handles ready. Because that's typical. You know, I'll do a lot of prep before we do the live. As much as I can. That's without doing the main construction, like the zippers on the side and things like that. Because this got them little side zippers. And I'm using gunmetal. Let me get what I'm doing for my handles. I'm I'm going to use gunmetal hardware. I used antique gold for this, or antique brass for this, but I'm going to use gunmetal. And because I don't have like either, I don't have the kind of D-rings that I like. I don't want to use this just a typical. I'm just going to use big O-rings right here. Make big O-rings. You can do that. She's got O-rings or D-rings, but yeah. All right. That's my hardware. All right. So we're going to cut this out. We're going to get our connect. Okay. Let's go for it. I did not change my blade. Let me get my other. I didn't change my blade. I hope it should be all right. What was I going to say? I can't wait to get this done. I want to see how big it really... Now, Jen does on her video, I don't know if it was her live that she did when she right before she released the pattern. She sewed one up live. And I don't remember what size it was. But I do remember her showing the differences and how big, like, standing... I mean, she's got them in her pattern picture. But, like, to actually, like, see it... I had to change magnets, by the way. Yes, Cynthia, this is going to be my, you have duct tape, yeah. This is going to be my bag. I'm making the carrier traveler size, the largest one of the Regina Phalange. And it's going to be my craft show bag that I'm going to carry back and forth, because this is what I carry now, but it's not big enough for me. I love this bag. I love the design of it and stuff, but I want a big bag to carry all my stuff in. Oh, I was talking about earlier, the, like I could say, I could just put like one water bottle in here. I can freeze it or partially freeze it and then just bring, and then I don't have to bring that big old, that little cooler. It's not a big cooler, but it's just a, whoa, it's just a little, it's just a little cooler. It's not big, but you know, that's one less thing I have to carry back and forth to a show. So I'm just going to make one big bag for me. Those little corners, I tell you, are hard sometimes to get. There. Cut these little guys out. There we go. Yeah, I just love, I love this print. I can't help myself. Yeah, I just want a huge bag. And then, should we place our order online while we're live? We're going to say, Annette, here, we need to order this while we're cutting out. We decided we need to add, I need some more French floral. Oh. All right. And then what I typically do, because she doesn't come with little tabs. Now, we do need a lining. So we're going to need one exterior and one lining. And then we'll need a Decaville light. Since I'm using this water resistant canvas, I don't need any woven interfacing. I just need Decaville light. And then what I'm going to do, because I'll probably not make this bag again. If I do, it'll be in the future. I'm just going to use these same pieces and just cut this down for my Decaville. That's what I've been doing lately. Used to, I would print two, but lately I've just been cutting it down because I'll probably I had to get rid of a lot of pattern pieces because I just was so overwhelmed with pattern pieces and patterns that I decided to go ahead and just get rid of the pattern pieces of bags that I probably most likely in the near future won't make. That's how I had to do it. That was a tough decision. I did that back in January. All right, so I need to put this in the lining pile. So I'm going to find my lining pile. This is my lining pile. And we'll put that back in my lining pile. I don't need to write on what this is because I can look at it and tell. All right. I know I need connectors out of this, and I have to do it directional, so let me do it this way. Connectors. Where did I do with my pattern? I'm trying to keep the measurements out of camera eye, And, all right. So, one front main. I need crossbody connectors, right? Yes, that's what they're called. Crossbody connectors. Okay. Let me get my ruler. So this is just by measurement. I don't know how. I'm sorry. I keep doing that because I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any comments. So, crossbody connectors. Yeah. And I'm just cutting this out. Let's see. I missed most of today's video with Keziah and Susan, the sister show today. Work just gets in the way sometimes. I have meetings every day at 2, so anything that's at 2 o'clock, I muted it. I muted them and let it play, but the meeting went so long that I didn't get a chance to see him finish. I just had to get out of it because so these are my connectors, so I'm just going ahead and marking it. I'll put the tape on it later. You know what? We'll just go ahead and do it. I'm just going to use this. I'm just going ahead and getting this ready. If I can put it on straight enough. I mean, there we go. I'm just using 1/2-inch tape in the center. I didn't used to do it this way. On my domestic, I could never get by with doing this. All right. Keep it on, keep it on. Oops, make sure you do the right measurement though. Keep it on, keep it on. All right. Yeah, let me see what my schedule is. I know Saturday we have locally the quilt makers, the peacemakers. I think that's what they're called, the peacemakers. It's called Stringtown Peacemakers. It's like a little local quilty thing. They every year, it's so cute. I love it. I go there even though I don't make quilts anymore. Well, I don't make quilts. I mean, I still make stuff for myself and family, but I still go there because I love looking at the quilts. Every time I go there, I want to start making quilts again, but that's not going to happen because I'm just loving making my bags. But anyway, let me mark this off and let me see what else I need to make out of this before I, okay. Crossbody connectors. Boom. Handles, I'm going to have to use it out of the new roll that I'm going to get. Handle connectors. Handle connectors are these little stubby things here. I used green on this bag for the handle connectors. I might go ahead and just use this. I'm gonna make my handle connectors with the floral. And I got this little guy over here, so let's make our handle connectors out of this. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I can do that. But anyway, so the Stringtown Quilters. Yeah, I know. It gets so overwhelming. And I know a lot of people like to do the projectors so they don't have to use paper or print on paper. Number one, I don't have a projector. And number two, I don't know how well I would do with that. I feel like I would totally mess it up. I have a hard enough time staying off of cutting into my pattern pieces when I cut them out. But anyway, back on track, Toni. My ADD's kicking in. Did I cut this at the right? Let me make sure this is the right length. I think I need to trim some off the, I do. So this is called Stringtown Quilters, or Peacemakers. It's the one, they're down the street from me. I never did join them. I almost did the very first time I went there. But at the time, the job that I had, I never knew what time I was getting off work, so I never committed, didn't want to commit to it. But anyways, they have a little quilt show every year. They show off their quilts that they make, and it's all different kinds. Really, I mean, gosh, the talent. I mean, I know I can make a quilt, but man, I'm telling you what, I can't get them like, but anyway, I love going there. And then they also have, and it's at this, it's at a church that's down the road, and it's a big, like a big church. And, they use that for their show. Well, that's also where they meet. But anyway, they have, vendors there. Local fabric stores are there. Some people who, there's like a couple times I've seen ladies there that just sell like fabric online, but they'll go there to promote, you know, their online store and stuff. Anyways, a lot of them, there's a couple that are doing a lot of bag making supplies. Last year I bought, and I haven't used them yet, but I bought the ginormous tulip pink zipper pulls and stuff. I have them. One of these days I'll find something to make them with. But they're selling more and more bag of hardware at some of these stores, and I'll go to the show and get some stuff from there. I got some stuff last year for bag making. And then there's this one store that's probably a half an hour, 45 minutes from me that comes there. They do a lot of bag making. My washing machine's about to go off kilter. I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but I can hear it. I'm trying to get caught up in laundry too. But anyway, they bring some bolts of fabric, and I've bought some really pretty cotton prints that I've used in some of my bags from them. It's called Stitches. That's the name of this fabric store, is Stitches. And they sell a lot of By Annie stuff, and Sally Tomato stuff. So they sell a lot of that. So that's where I'm going Saturday morning. It's once a year. It's always like the second Saturday in March. So I'm excited about going there. I mean, I can kill a couple hours going there, honestly. All right. So we're done with this. I could have this bag cut in 10 minutes if I'd shut up. Let me put this aside in case I find something else. Let's move to the Wabi Sabi. All right, so handles we have to wait on. Let me make some notes here. Like my cute little post-it notes. My daughter found these post-it notes, so all kind of different cactuses. She bought these for me. I forgot where she found them, but they're so cute. Okay. So I need handles and back. Okay. Too bad if net popped in, I would say, Annette, I need to order. I need some French floral. All right. I've got all of my pieces of Wabi Sabi all crammed in this one roll. There we go. All right. Handles. I think I'm going to stay, instead of, I was going to use the navy for the other side of my handles. Should I still stay with the green for my two-tone handles, or should I go navy? Oh, they're finishing it tomorrow. Well, that's good. Probably same time. But I don't know if I should go navy or keep with the green for that. So I still got enough of this because I only cut off to the one side when I made this bag. So I've got enough length on the other side to do that. So we'll cut from scraps first. I have exterior top on this. I don't know what bag was supposed to be for, but obviously I didn't need it, did I? So let's put this aside until we decide, and then let's cut some pieces from that. See if I want to go navy at the top with the navy for the handle. I mean, just to mix it up, not to make it identical to this bag. And I've got strap-ins on order for my bag. I'll probably just do a little something on that. I'll never get my money's worth out of that bag. But I don't know. This was cut. This obviously was cut for something, and I don't know because these are identical. I don't know what I cut them for. It's obviously I didn't need it for something. I must have cut wrong for something. Okay. So we want this to be the green, and I don't think any of these pieces are long enough. They're all too long for these little scrap pieces. What else did I want to be the Wabi Sabi? I think that's it. The top, oh, the zipper placket. But I'm making my zipper placket the way, oh, what's her name? Car Threads, right? The one that just did the February block of the month. I even tested the bag and I can't think. I think it's Car Threads. I'm doing my zipper placket that way. So I don't have, but I don't like that. I'm going to do it. I'm thinking out loud. Do navy handle top with floral bottom. Okay, so instead of having the flowers at the top, do navy up here and then the floral here. That would work because you're not having all of that color. And it would go with that. I think that's what I'll do. All right. Let me see what size the zipper placket is. Zipper overlay. Exterior bottom. Handle. Exterior bottom. Handle. Zipper overlay. Where is the washing machine's done? I love when the washing machine sings to you. Yes, put the floral at the bottom and the navy on top because you have a big front. That could work. That would work. I'm trying to figure out where's the handles, handle connectors, bottom panel, zipper overlay, exterior top. Where is my zipper placket? I don't see it. How did I cut the other one if it's not, I don't know what I did. All right, we'll worry about that in a minute. We're time. It's almost 7 o'clock. Okay. So let's put this aside. I can't cut anything out of this since we are going, let's just go ahead and cut. Let's still keep to this edge. So in case I ever need the length of this. I love this. When I did Annette's scrap bag, I got like almost a whole roll of Wabi Sabi in her scrap bag when I got one. And Biscuit, my two favorite Faux Real colors. But I'm quickly loving all of the Faux Real colors, I'm telling you. I almost ordered a bunch more and I had to stop myself. Then now that I need floral, I'm scared I'm going to order what I don't need. Well, I always think I need it. Trying to see. There we go. Exterior top. Okay. What do I want to say? Yeah. I love this vinyl. I love this, and I love her Timeless Tones. That's a great vinyl. I wish I could go to Florida next week and go to her show. I'd love to meet her. All right. And I'd love to go to Arizona and meet you, Delphina, but you know, I can't make it this year. I cannot make it out there this year. I've got to pay off some bills. Actually, we are going to be moving at the end of the year, so I have to save my money for that. Because I'm an old woman, and even though I can sit and make a bag, it is hard for me to move furniture and carry stuff. When I do my shows, that is fun. But see, you always, at the shows, the craft shows at the school, when you do your school craft shows, when they're sponsored by, like, just for band and whatnot, sports stuff, the kids are always there to help you. And I'm telling you what, I have been very lucky at some of these schools because these kids have been so nice and helpful. Saturday, from when I left my show Saturday, it was raining Saturday, and the kids were out there helping me. I have 3 of them. And they were so funny. Talking about they got credit. This is how they get credit, so they don't have to take a gym class. They're in marching band, and part of their marching band, they have to help crafters load and unload and set up. So that's part of their deal with being in a marching band. But I don't need any. I need Decoville for this, but no lining. So we'll just flip this and throw it in the bin. But yeah, the kids have been very, very helpful to me. Okay. Now this ginormous exterior. Oh, also, when I have pieces that have cut on fold like that, vinyl, I will print 2 pieces. I do not like cutting vinyl on fold at all. I always, because it's so thick, there's like a way to do it where you don't lose that, but I always cut it wrong. Lining, I'll do it. Lining, it's okay. You hit or miss, because I always, you know, go in on my measurements on my lining, so I can always cinch it up. But vinyl, I will always print 2. Now this one I could put together because this is a rectangle. But normally like this one, I've got one side this way and like kind of like that because of the little doofy thing there. I will always print 2 and then flip flop them and just cut them out. I just I mean, I've heard, I mean, they say, you know, you fold it, when you fold it, you got to push your piece back so much, and I need to scooch this down. Gosh, I will try to post part 1 of making this, sewing this up live. I will try to post it a day ahead. I will do my best not to do it same day. I'm thinking, do I want it to be Saturday? I want to get this done. Problem is, if I do it Saturday, I know Barbie sometimes goes on Saturday, and I don't like to, well, number 1, I like to watch her. That's part of it. Number 2, it's not competing with her. And I'm not saying that, but it's like, I feel like going at the same time of the people that I watch the most. I don't know. I don't like to do that. But maybe Saturday after I get back from the show, if Barbie's not on live. I'm going crooked. I might do it. It depends on what the rest of my family's doing, because like I said, I share this space with others. I mean, like right now, my husband's down here working on his stuff, but he's got earbuds in, so he don't have to listen to me talk. So I can sit here and talk about him and he wouldn't know it, because he's got his earbuds in. All right, that got a little bit crooked here. All right. Yeah, I would like to do it Saturday, because I would like to say I want to get this done. So if I could do this Saturday, get as much done Saturday, I can spend the rest of the week prepping. I should have my French floral. I have to get that order done. Let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my tablet. It's here somewhere. I need to get that order. And like I say, I usually get my stuff in 2 days from Annette. So I should have the rest of it. I should have the rest of my order Friday. Annette, if you're watching. I need my French floral. Let's see. I don't usually use my tablet to order, so it doesn't know me when I type in Tulip Bee on my tablet. Prints. Smoothie Smooth, Oh Real, Fierce and Wild. I don't know why I should have it for Saturday. French Floral, she has it. It's in stock. Good deal. I'm looking to see if she had it in stock. When's my next craft show, Cynthia? It is the 21st. It's the 21st. It's a smaller craft show. It doesn't get as much traffic. And I didn't do great there last year, but when I went there last year, it was only my second craft show overall when I went there last year. And I had my prices, while there were fair prices, they were too high for a craft show. So anybody that does craft shows, if you're doing local school craft shows, now there are people like that can go to these shows and sell their bags for what they're worth. Here in the Midwest, I can't. I have to knock my prices down. So, but yeah, it's a smaller one. I do sell a few things. I've got some smalls that I'm going to be working on between the next 2 weeks, in between making my bag. I got some small stuff that I'm going to be making. So it will be, you know, so I can at least get a few bucks. I mean, I make my money back. Let me reword this. I make the money back in my booth fees and my gas money to get there. Last week and the one I just had, that's pretty much all I made. But there were a lot of people on Facebook that were in the same show that I was Saturday, and a lot of them did really bad. It's not a reflection of the show, because at Christmas time, the show that I was at Saturday, the people do awesome. They make a lot of money at Christmas time, but that's Christmas time. The springtime, people are not spending as much in springtime. The weather we had, they predicted some serious bad storms Saturday. We didn't get them. We just got a lot of rain Saturday. They were predicting some crazy storms Saturday. So a lot of people I know probably weren't out. Plus kids sports A lot of the kids, like when the parents came with their kids, they were like in their outfits, so they'd come in between and after. So I can't give them again. I tried selling purses. Yeah, it's hard, and I don't know. Honestly, you guys, I'll tell you honestly, and I was talking to my daughter about this. I'm technically really not making any money doing this. I do this because I love it. I sell to at least pay for this. And I love going to going to the shows, talking to the people I meet, friends I make. I mean, obviously I'm a talker. I used to, when I was little, my dad would do what they call the flea market stuff. He would like buy stuff wholesale, and then we would resell it at flea markets. I take after my dad's gift to gab. My dad never met a stranger, never. And he was good. My uncle's actually a real estate agent. My dad didn't do that. My dad was actually a truck driver. But it's in the family. It's in the genes, as they say. So yeah. But I love going to them. But I'm second not second guessing. I'm not second guessing. I'm really trying to decide what to do next year, honestly. I've been trying to get into more specialized shows, if you will. I don't know what you'd call them, more artesian type shows. I'm trying, but they don't understand. And I try to explain what I make in the thing, but I don't think they truly understand, because the one I was trying to get into that's not far from where I live, it's the road trip market people. And they go around sponsoring these shows, and it's huge, and it's really what word do I want to say? I don't want to say hipster. I don't think that's quite right. But it's very artesian type of where do I live? What state? I live in northern Kentucky, which is very it's very suburban where I live. A lot of people, when you hear Kentucky, I'm like an hour and a half away from Lexington, and south. I'm north of Lexington, east of Louisville. But I grew up in the greater Cincinnati area. So I'm not far from where I grew up. I just moved across the river 18 years ago. And I'm moving back across the river this fall. Not far. It's like, I'm just moving a little closer to my mother. I'm an hour from my mom right now. And it makes it really hard, because when someone needs to be there to check on her, to make sure, number one, she eats. She won't eat half the time. And it's not because she don't want to. She complains she's not hungry or her stomach hurts. But her blood sugar's like been all over the place lately. And she really needs, my niece is there. She lives with my niece. And, but of course my niece has to work. So I just want to be closer to mom, so I can go in out there and spend a few hours and sit there and watch her, make sure she's eating, make sure she's taking her medicine, that kind of stuff. Plus, she's going to be 82 years old this summer. Her birthday's 2 weeks after mine. I don't need any lining of this. So, and I do want to be closer to my church. It's a church that I was going to years ago, and then when I moved to Kentucky, I hadn't been going, and I've been going back to church, and it's a 40-minute drive that I do every Sunday. And while it's not a burden, it would also obviously be a little easier on Sundays to be a little closer. So, but I know I'm going to be going to a smaller space, so I have to get rid of a lot of stuff. which brings me to, I'm still waiting on the boxes from the post office so I can figure out how much shipping is going to cost on my fabric kits, the quilt kits that fabric I'm going to sell. I have got to get those boxes in because the prices that I'm going to sell my fabric at is going to be dirt cheap, but I'm going to include shipping in that price. So I got to get all that figured out. But yeah, I'm going to be selling a lot of fabric. So be on the BOLO on fabric. Okay. I'll be doing it like what I'm going to do on my fabric. I'm going to start it on YouTube. See what if people want it on YouTube. I'm going to put it on Facebook. And then what doesn't sell between YouTube and Facebook, I'm going to put it on Etsy. But I'm going to have to raise the price if I put it on Etsy. Because I'm going to have to pay Etsy a fee, you know, and PayPal and or however it gets paid. I got to pay them a fee. So I will have to raise prices if they end up on Etsy. So just be on the lookout for that. All right. Let me see where I'm at real quick. So I've cut out this and this. I need my interior, and I'm going to keep the green. I'm going to keep that consistent. So that is my interior bottom accent or exterior, traveler exterior top. Exterior bottom, exterior top. Hasta la vista. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for a piece. I need this piece, which is longer than this piece. Hold on. Traveler exterior top. I'm missing something. The bottom, handle connectors. I did that. Where's my little... Now I've lost my little board wipe off thingy. That's okay. That's really nice. I know. She's, yes, Cynthia, I am going to, this is what I'm thinking, and it's taken me a lot of time to think of how to do this and do it without spending an exorbitant amount of time. Besides my quilt kits, I've got a ton of fat quarters, a ton of 10-inch squares, 5-inch, all that kind of stuff. Basically, what I'm going to do, I'll show you. I've got it right here. I'm going to throw, I mean, this is just one that I have, an order that I just got. But I'm basically going to take something like this and or a small box, and that's what I'm waiting on, and put like this. I think I can get 24 fat quarters in this. I think that's what I can get in here. And then just seal it up and sell them. That's what, and it's going to be random. I was going to go through and do like color matching and that kind of stuff. I mean, what I'll do is I'll try to keep like, I bought like, at one point I've got like Corey Yoder. I bought like a huge, it was like almost $100. But it was Corey Yoder's fat quarter, and it was like all of the collection. And I've used bits and pieces of it, so I've got some of it left. I'll keep like that stuff together. But as far as like collar matching, I'm just going to throw them in and sell it. And I know a lot of quilters that would love to have something like that because you can make a scrap quilt. It would be a great filler thing. You can make it out of, you can use it for a lot of stuff. I just don't sit and sew with my fabric much anymore. And again, I have got I mean, you guys, it's ridiculous amount of fabric and scraps that I have. And I would love somebody to have them and use them because it's usable. I just don't sit down and do that stuff anymore. I stopped sewing quilts. Oh, today's somebody's birthday that I know. Sorry. I just looked at my calendar and I realized today was somebody's birthday. I got to wish her a happy birthday. Anyway, I am so confused right now. Zipper overlay, exterior top. That's the bottom. Exterior top. I need Okay, so looks like I got everything here. Talking too much and I am losing my place. All right, I'm going to set this aside. I think I need one more thing out of here, but I'm not sure. Let me get this. Let's just keep moving on. I will have to go through all my pieces to make sure. I haven't even opened this up yet. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Like I say, I'm going to start it on YouTube. Because I figure you guys would get first dibs. That's pretty. Oh, that's such a pretty blue. Look at that. I don't know if you can see how beautiful that blue is. Which one? This, the one that I just had, Cynthia, this one? The green? This is Annette's Faux Real. This is Wabi Sabi. I will put them in the description. All of the materials that I'm using, except for the lining, all the exterior, I should say, is all Annette's Tulip Bees stuff. This is Wabi Sabi Faux Real. This is Faux Real Navy. Isn't that a gorgeous color? Yeah, this is her Faux Real in Navy. All right, we want handles out of this. So I need to get my big ruler, get my magnets out of the way here. You guys, when I first bought the magnets to go with this, I started to say that earlier. When I first bought magnets to go with this, because I didn't want to spend the money on the nice ones that Barb has. Those aren't cheap magnets, what she has. And I didn't want to buy those. So I just went on Amazon and bought me magnets, but I didn't know the strength of magnets I needed to get. So I bought these ridiculously strong magnets. I think it was like 150-pound or something magnets. Here they are. These ridiculously, I mean, you can't, I have to put these on the vice grip and hammer it to separate them. And this is what kept happening. These things they're so strong. If I had one of these beside the other one, it would go. And I have to constantly take them out to the vice grip in the garage. You can't. I mean, they don't move. It's ridiculous. These are strong magnets. So I finally had to break down and get new magnets. Again, I went to trusty old Amazon and got my little ones. Let me get my long roller. Oh, I dropped it the last time. That's right. I hope it's not chipped. Oh, yeah. I've had this roller forever, and I've dropped it so many times. I've cracked the corner of it. These will not slide. These big ones, heavy ones, no. You can't slide them. You can't pull them. I can't. I went to my husband. He can't. My son can't. The only way I can separate these is I stick them on the vice grip and I take the hammer and I go boom, boom, and then it'll pull, they'll stop. I can pop them up. They're ridiculous. That's why I stopped. And my son's like, well, because he had to do them for me. And he's like, well, you've got magnets that are a little too strong for what you need them for. Well, I need to make my pattern pieces stay still, right? The ones I have now, I think these are 80-pound, 80 ones. Great. These will snap together like that. I can get these, but I can separate these. Woo! I just pinched my finger. They won't even go together. See? So, much better. Much better. Okay. So, because I'm doing a two-tone handle, I'm only cutting my handle 2 inches wide because I want a 1-inch wide handle. This is different than our pattern, so I'm going to cut just a 2-inch wide handle. Let me straighten this out. This isn't straight, very straight, is it? So I'm going to cut this 2 inches, but I need, let me see what my measurement is, because remember, I'm making my handles 6 inches longer than what she has in her pattern. So I want my handle to be I don't know if I'm allowed to say, because you'll know what her measurement is. I probably shouldn't say. I'm just saying mine's 6 inches longer than what she has written in her pattern, so I can have longer handles to dangle. All right, let's get this out of the way. My lining pieces are in the back. There we go. So, which is that long, right? So let's straighten this up. Let's see how straight my piece is. So it's going to go there. Let me put a magnet on there just to try to keep this from moving. All right. How much longer? It's 7:30. We'll probably go, I don't know. I'll just keep cutting until about 8. And I'm sorry, I don't have all of the materials that I need to finish cutting this out. I apologize. This is supposed to be a nice cut. Well, a cut and talk, right? Cut and chat. That's what I called it. Cut and chat. We're doing more chatting than cutting. But you guys are helping me figure this out. Because I wanted it to be the same. I wanted it to be same but different. The same but different. All right, let's get this stuff out of the way. So we wanted our zipper overlay to be the navy. Not overlay. Zipper. Yeah, zipper overlay. The bottom's the navy. The side's the navy. Okay. I'm thinking. Yeah, because I'll just go till 8. Because I do need to go get me something to eat. I have not eaten dinner yet. 8 o'clock my time. Yeah, these are all, like I said, I got the box right here, Cynthia. Ugh, if I can reach them. Like I say, these hold the pattern. Now they're not strong enough to go through the ruler down to the metal sheet, the little metal piece. They're not strong enough to go through all of that, where the other ones were. But these are, that doesn't give the weight. Lovey magnetic hooks for cruise cabin. Cruise cabins. I've never actually looked at what it says. But this is like a box of a ton of them. They come in the box. So they're just strong enough to hold your pieces down. I mean, it'll hold this down. No, this will keep my, vinyl from moving. But, I'm pretty sure it was the 80. I'll look it up, Cynthia. I'll hold here. You can look at that. But I'll also, it's probably backwards, well, isn't it? If I hold it up to the camera, I'll find it and I'll put a link in my description. I'll try to sit down because I got to put the description of all, all my materials are using. I will try to get a link and show you what these are. I mean, if you need a little stronger, you could go a little stronger. But like I said, don't go for these don't go for these real strong ones. All right. Handles. Let's get our handle. I want to go, let me make a mark where I need to go to. Where is my, let's get a drink, a beverage here. I need to remember to order. Maybe. I had to write something down. All right. And I got to remember to order my, make sure I'm at the right measurement. Yeah. My vinyl. Now I'm just talking silliness right now. All right, so that's cut there. I got my little mark of where I need to cut up to. I need 2 of these. I should have just cut 4 inches in. I normally do that. I just cut in half and then cut it in half. or double it and cut it in half. Where's my line? I use my little disappearing ink thing. Oh, I can't find my line. Oh, found it. All right. I lost my line. All right. It's 2 inches, and we're going to here. That's where we're going to stop at. I'm going to put my ruler there so I don't forget where I'm stopping at. Doot. And doot. All right. And what I'll do, because the line, sometimes if I'm lining up with the vinyl, I'll double check it once I get this cut out. Because sometimes when you're like trying to cut out a little piece out of a big piece of vinyl, you might get a little waviness. So I'll have to double check it. Yeah. I want a new, like everyday kind of bag that I carry with me. Right now, I use the Everyday Crossbody by Car Threads. I love that bag. I do love that little purse. It's upstairs. I don't have it with me. And I love that little bag. I have it with the cactus print in front. I showed it once on a live a while back when I was working on it. I love it. I love that cactus print, but you can't get it anymore. I bought it from So Many Creations from Jess, and she told me that that was it. That's all she had left. So I like ordered her very last piece of cork for the front of it. I use Wabi Sabi and with for the main parts of it, but then that cactus cork, I used that for my pockets and stuff. But I want a new bag to carry around. But I need a small one. I just want my everyday stuff. I need it to be small, and I can't think of what I want. Try to make sure I'm not missing any comments, and I'm making sure I'm marking my line here. There we go. All right, that's the handles. Got my handles out of there. That's for the big part. That's the main thing. So we need a... let's go here. I need a base. I like the way she does the lining too. It's pretty cool how you sew that lining up in this bag. I wish I could like pull it out and show you, but it's two, like any divider pocket lining where they do 2 pieces. It's 2 pieces, but it's a rounded it's a rounded bottom. See how the bottom has got that rounded edges here? It's pretty cool. I like it. All right. So I need the base, the sides. Where's my sides? Where's my sides? This is lining. Here's my side. And I need 2 of these and 1 of these. So I'm going to cut the base out of this piece here. So I'm trying to think, what did we change? If anybody is here and hasn't given me a thumbs up, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel to get out, and it helps YouTube to know that I'm worth monetizing. I'm under all this review process. I was telling everybody earlier when I first started, you have to jump through hoops. It's not that easy, you guys, to get to that point. I got to do all this stuff before I went through part 1 that I can advertise my products, which I don't really have products to advertise. and sell them on YouTube. I don't know. Anyways, if it gets to be too much a hassle, I'm not going to worry about it, but we'll see. But if you give me a thumbs up, if the process works, that will help me out. Because it does give you, it does make it important in the algorithm of people looking for things. Of course, I don't know how much this cutout video will help you, right? I will, I do really, I want to do it Saturday afternoon. The part one of making this bag Saturday, I want to do it, but I got to run it by my family, making sure that I'm not going to disrupt anybody's day by doing it, but doing a live. I mean, I sell on Saturdays after I get back from the grocery store and stuff, but recording a live, again, my husband sits down here with earbuds in his ears when I do this, and he's down here, but he's already gone upstairs, so. If I can get these done and the sides done, 7:30, we're good. We can kind of lay it out and look at it. Okay, so there's the base. Gosh, that's a big base. That's a big bag. I can put a lot of stuff in that bag. Whew, I can put a lot of stuff in that bag. Yeah, this is meant for her. This, the size that she figured out on this, design for this, is meant to be a carrier, like an overnight kind of bag or whatnot. But I think it'll be a great craft, going to my craft show bags. I think so. I'm going to king on that and see if I need it later. Okay. Now, I need sides. Let's cut. Let's cut like this. And it's got a nice shape to the sides of the bag too. As long as you sew it and keep it that consistent, you can see it a little bit. It's got like a nice little shape to it. It's not just straight top. I don't know why I never made this bag sooner than I did. I've like had it in my thing. I mean, the pattern pieces had been printed, just not cut out for whenever she released the pattern. That's how long I've had it ready to go, almost. And then just decided I'm making it, and I love it. I love the options that this bag offers. Again, in case you're here and you didn't hear what I'm making the Regina Phalange. I will put a link to her website in my description. I didn't get all that in there because I kind of threw, telling on myself here, I kind of threw that little live up. I did it at work this afternoon, kind of like when I was in the meeting. Sorry, hopefully nobody at work sees this. I just threw it up real quick, so I didn't get a chance to like elaborate. I just typed that out real fast. So I will put everything in the description afterwards. Because I think when I get done with this, I probably will go upstairs. I probably won't stay down here tonight. And so I think I will go upstairs and work on some of this. Because I got other stuff I need to get done upstairs. And I got to finish my wash. My machine stopped a while back, and I got to get my stuff in the dryer. Telling you, work is never done. Every time you think you get caught up on something. And I only wash for me and my husband. My kids been very fortunate. What we got? Oh wow, thank you so much. I see 17 thumbs up now, so thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Cynthia. Yeah. No, I just washed, and then I've only been washing. I mean, I washed for me and my husband, then I wash, of course, just like the basic dish stuff. But my kids have been washing their own clothes since they were teenagers, and it's not because of me. My daughter did it because she didn't like the way I washed her clothes. So she started washing her own clothes. She was like 13. I'm like, go for it. Hey, I don't care. So I've been very fortunate. And my son, I don't know why he started washing his own clothes. He was a little older, but yeah, he started washing his own clothes. And, you know, like I said earlier in the show, in the video, if I could be lazy and do something and get out of, you know, I'll go for it. I have family, not blood family, but I have family that do so much for their kids. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Don't get me wrong when I say this, but they do so much for their kids. You just got to wonder if they'll ever be on their own, if they can. Don't need lining for this, so I don't need lining. So the lining piece is cut real fast because you just got your big pieces and then your, you know, zipper pockets and your, whatchamacallits. Okay, boom. Where am I at? Zipper. Oh, that's what I wanted. I don't have a zipper tape. Now, I did order some zipper tape from Kasaya, so I don't know. Oh, I did. I'm using, I don't have it here, do I? No, I don't have any left. Let me see if I have a scrap. I'm using Kasaya's. I do have, I think. Let me see if I have a scrap piece. The bag that I made myself, my everyday crossbody, I used Kasaya's, here it is. I used, this is Kasaya's Wabi Sabi zipper tape. That's what she calls, I think it's what she calls it. Anyway, I ordered some of this, but with the gunmetal. And that's the zipper I'm going to use with this, with gunmetal. That's my zipper. This is what I use. This is what's left over of my bag that I made myself, the everyday crossbody that I use. That's what's left over from it. All right. Let's think. Let's think. So I've got my sides. Let's do an inventory. Sides, the base. That's the lining pieces. I've got part of my straps, my handles, I should say. I have my front main, and that is in my floral. Where'd you go? You're down here somewhere. There you are. And we know the back, we got to put an order in tonight to get some more of this. So that's my front, and that's going to be my back. 2 adjustable crossbody strap panels. Oh, that's if I want. And my adjustable crossbody strap, that's going to be webbing. We're going to look for some navy webbing. And I got my sides, my bottom. Handle connectors. Oh, I only cut 2. I need to cut 2 more of the handle connectors. I only cut 2. I need 4. Handles, exterior bottom accent. That is this big piece here. Exterior bottom accent. I still got to cut my zipper overlay. 2 exterior tops. Okay. Let me look at the back. It says to be continued. That's Decoville stuff. Okay, so that's interfacing on the second page, so I don't need that. Okay. So, it looks like I'm going to move to the, oh, let's cut. Oh, I need, these are my strap connectors. Yes. All right. So I need, I'm going to cut 2 zipper overlays because I want 2 big zipper pockets inside. Again, I'm adding pockets to the bag because I love pockets. And while I may not use them all the time, I want them there in case I need them. Because there's been times I've been in a bag and I'm like, man, I wish I had another pocket. Just saying. I love my pockets. All right. So, what time we got? 41. Let's see. Let's see how fast we can cut. Oh, zipper overlays. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't leave me yet. Oh, well. See, no, my husband don't. Now, I'm going to tell you, he did used to help out when he was first unemployed. Telling on my husband. When he was first unemployed, he helped me out with laundry. But over time, I'm a whisper, and not like he can hear me. But over time, I love my husband dearly. But over time, he stopped, and I'm not mean enough. Just saying. Now, I do every now and again get exasperated, and I make remarks, but I don't say mean things. I don't like that. I don't like to say mean things to people. I try not to. Let me say that. Because you never, I'm going to get really morbid right now, but you just never know if they're going to be a tomorrow with this person. So I cannot be mean and say something horrible mean and knowing that would be my last words to my husband or family member or anybody, really, honestly. That's how I am. Some people don't like that. Some people think I need to be meaner, but can't do it until I get so thoroughly frustrated. I just, I do bring it up, but yeah. He, I don't like to make people feel less than what, I don't like that. I don't like to make people feel less small. I don't like to do that. And I cannot do that. So, I do it myself. Do it all. It may not be right, but I don't. It's just the way it is. My daughter gets mad at me, but it is what it is. I'm trying to get these little corners cut around. I need to use, I learned how to use my daughter's silhouette on the Atlas wallets. I mean, I was having a blast cutting those out and making some Atlas wallets. Learning how to make the settings for the faux reel. I mean, I even got it to cut the faux reel pretty good and everything. Now the faux reel does leave a lot on your mat when you do use it on those sticky mats, but I had settings set really well on that, and then I just kind of got away from using that. I'm like when Sai was saying the other day when she was doing her cutting video. I'm just measuring. I don't like using the window. I just measure and make my lines that way. But anyways, talking about, she really needs to cut out some zipper overlays with the her scan and cut. We have my daughter has a silhouette. I just never do it. I am measuring in, instead of cutting like out the window, I measure in, if I can get my brain to work here. I just marked my thing and cut that way. So I'm just marking with my Tulip Bee pen. I have got so many pens from between Annette, Kasaya. I've even got a Barbie pen. I've got a pen from Barbie. Genie's Designs. I have my Genie's Design pen. I'll never have to buy another pen. But anyway. So I am just marking, and I am just going to lay my ruler and cut it out. I just marked on my piece, I just marked the line here and here. And then I'm going to cut the ruler. I'm going to cut in between. So I know where to start and stop. And like I say, I just measure it in the way she has it written and cut it. And I go close to that line, but I don't obviously go past it. And then I just snip it out the rest of the way out. I learned that from actually Jess. I was like going past it, and I'm like, man. And then one day I was watching Jess from So Many Creations, and she was talking about going close to it, but not, you know, and then just snipping out the rest of the way. And I'm like, you know, that's kind of smart. And I'm just going to take my cutter and just go down. Got hair on my table. I'm going bold, I think. My hair, I've got a hair on my table. Yeah, my brain is, so I'm just going to snip out these rests so that way I don't go past. And just doing a snip, you can't go too far wrong or off, you know, kilter, crooked. Just doing snips. However, these scissors aren't great for snips. That's how I cut my zipper overlays out. Let's see. Yeah, I decided last week I'm getting my hair cut back off. Ugh. I got lazy with my hair. There we go. That is a big zipper overlay. I'm going to tell you what. That is a good big one. Let me use this. I got to use this up, so I'm going to use this. This has been in the floor. I've got all kinds of spider webs on it. It hit the floor and rolled around on the floor underneath my table. There we go. I don't normally use 1/4-inch tape on my zipper overlays, but I got to get rid of this stuff here. So we're using it. We are using it. Oh, piece of scrap. Got caught. It's one of my little corners that got cut off. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I'll cut the other one later. Let's get some vinyl cut. It's $7.49. So let's cut some linings real quick. Linings is quick and easy. I can say I cut the other one later. I will cut at my lunchtime since I can't work on my bag that making for my coworker, my Eva. Since I can't work on that until I get my stuff, my order from Kasaya, which it looks like she probably won't be able to get to orders today since she's so busy. I probably won't get that until early next week for my Eva, to finish my Eva. Okay, that's a lining. Okay. So, this is something that I changed on this bag, and this is where the piece where I thought I was missing something, and I couldn't figure it out, so I laid the piece aside. I'll cut this off camera, but I want to show this to you. This is the Traveler Interior top piece. You see like the little curves? Because this is the part, that is this piece right here. It's what sometimes it's called an upper lining in some bags. And then it's got the curve because whereas this two pieces, you got your side that goes all the way up, and then you got your front piece here. Well, this piece, it's right here in the middle. So this is only two pieces, where this is what, 4 pieces between the two sides and the two front. I'm going to say that for a reason. She has this piece here listed as a lining piece. Now, she writes her patterns so you can sew them on domestics, which is great. But I can handle this being a piece of vinyl. So I changed the interior top. She says she lists this as interior top. She's got lining on there. I'm using vinyl. So I will go back and cut this out in vinyl, not the lining piece. But if you've got a machine that struggles, I definitely would go lining. But I like that exterior. I like to have that vinyl at the top like that. But yeah, like I say, she writes her patterns a lot for cotton, to use cotton mainly in her patterns. But obviously, if you've made bags for, you know, a number of years, months, and you're more familiar with, you know, some of that stuff, and you can change it to vinyl. Let me get these scraps off real quick so I don't get caught up in my stuff again. I had some caught up in my tape. You can definitely go vinyl. You can always change it up too. All right, look at this lining piece. I can't even get it in. This is the lining piece in the bag. That's huge. Which, I mean, that's the sides and everything, but that is ginormous. I can't wait to make this bag. I cannot wait. I mean, I see measurements and that, you know, I sit there, but I'm going to tell you what, in my mind, the way my brain works, I like to see it, and I can't wait to see how big this thing really is. I might be able to fit the whole house inside of it. I'm not going to lie. All right. So let's get this all out. Let's cut. So of this, I need for the lining, I got to put some weights on these corners because they're rolling up. I need a lining for my divider pocket. So I need lining for inside the divider pocket. And I need lining for main lining and lining for my, I think I'm going to use this for my inside zipper pockets, for both my zipper pockets, my slip pocket. Yes. Okay. So I need exterior. I don't know. Am I the only one that sits there and just totally changes things up? I love taking a bag pattern like Chris at Simply Classic, how she does her pattern hacks and stuff. I love watching her do the hacks. I don't know what it is. I do need to make my own patterns. I really need to sit down this year. I'm going to sit down this year and try to write a pattern. But I do love taking a pattern and changing it up some to customize it the way I like it. So it's not like, I don't know. I just like changing it up, taking from one bag an idea from one bag, putting it in another. That's what I'm doing. Like I say, I'm gonna divide my lining pocket like this and make it look like this one. Now that I gotta look that pattern up. But this lining pocket in this bag, she writes it to have the lining pocket an exterior piece of material. I used cork. I got this, that's that one, Jess. So Many Creations brought this cork out. I love it. It's gorgeous. My mom loved it so much. I made her a Harrelson belt bag, and that's that white and black is the flap on the Harrelson belt. But anyway, I'm going to separate it. And I like to take ideas from other bags and incorporate it in another bag. Mix and match them. Some designers don't like that at all. Some designers, they don't care. They like to see, you know, people get creative. But some designers don't like being creative. Oh, we got comments. Hold on. What material are you using for the lining? Lovely Gabbera. I am using, this is water resistant canvas. It's WRC is what they line it, but My Handmade Space. I will put a link. I didn't have a time to do that, put all my links in before. So I will tonight when I get done, when this gets finished loading, I'll go in and add what this is. But this is called dark green. Yeah, dark green water resistant canvas from My Handmade Space. It was $7 for a roll, which I didn't think it was very, I mean, I've gotten good use out of it. It's not as big as Tulip Bee's, you know, Smoothie Smooth, but you still get a good, you know, piece out of it. Yeah, I like that. And then the little bit of color I'm putting in it also is from My Handmade Space, and this is called Garden Tales. I like it. So I need another one of these for my lining. So this is a lining piece. I got to make sure I keep this where I don't lose what, because it's so big. All right, I'm going to have to get this roll out. I bought this specifically. I bought 2 rolls when I bought this, specifically for the large size. I knew I was going to make the large size. I just didn't know at the time it was going to be for myself. But now I'm making one for myself. So we're going to cut another lining piece out. And you really, I mean, I think this would be the inside of it. But I'm going to tell you what, you can't really tell. I think this is $1. I don't know. It looks all the same to me, but it could be my eyes. All right. Yes, yeah, Cynthia, you know what? I'm really bad about buying florals. I have been trying really hard to get away from florals because not everybody is a floral person. I've had people, you know, remark when I go to shows that they like my bags and stuff, but I'm not a floral person, so, you know, I don't like it. I've tried to limit my florals in bags. I've tried to make solids. I have bought, let's see, what did I get recently that's not floral? I've been trying to buy stuff that's not floral. But I did recently buy floral stuff. I got the real pretty floral from Wonderground. I finally bought that. I like that a lot. But yeah, I've been trying to get away from florals, but everywhere I go, I don't know. I've been wanting to buy more corks, is what I've been. You can get some good corks that are like the geometric shapes, or you know, the not florals in cork, nice ones, and that would be great for a incorporate in a bag. Yeah, I've been trying to get away from some florals because I tend to use a lot of florals, and it's not, I don't guess it's intentional. I just gravitate toward them for some reason. Maybe that means, maybe it is intentional since I do it, right? I know I hold this funny. I have to because of my hands. My index fingers do not bend very well, so I have to hold things funny. And if I put a lot of pressure on my index fingers, I lay in bed at night when I go to sleep. I lay in bed with my hands killing me, and it's hard to sleep. So, all right. What time is it? 8 o'clock. Let's see, Delphina. The thing about... Yes, a lot of... Yeah. Now, you can get some floral that's not directional, but yeah, a lot of them's directional. A lot. And then, of course, I'm using directional florals in this. Man, that's big. That's huge. I'm making me a ginormous bag like this.
Are you still on?
I'm getting ready to be off of Alive, but yeah, I am right now. But it's fine. I'm almost done. Sorry. All right, so let me clip this together so that way I don't forget that this ginormous piece is my lining and not part of my fabric. So really with the lining, that's going to be exterior lining. What's this piece? Oh, I need to cut my bottom and my divider pocket. All right, so the bottom is going to be the green, and this is now the interior bottom panel. It's cut in 2 different pieces because the divider pocket will get sewn into this. So you'll have one on each side, and then your divider pocket goes in the middle. So that's not wrong when you see that that's the base. It's going to be 2 pieces. So let me cut 2 pieces of that. And then, let's see. I'll use this scrap piece and we can get that out of here. Let's see. What can we get? Oh, there we go. This will work. All right. But yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get it all cut out tonight. I will finish cutting. And then again, like I said, I'll check with my family to make sure to see if it's okay. Not that I have to get permission, but like I said, I don't want to disrupt their lives because we share the space. Like my daughter just came down to do her thing, and she definitely doesn't want to sit and listen to my voice. And she can't sit with earbuds on because she's got little Miss Barky McBarky outside. That's what I call the dog, Barky Miss Barky. But she's got to listen for, so go shush her up so the neighbors don't, because the neighbors are out because it's such a beautiful day here today. I'm trying to teach her and distract her. Earlier when she was out, right before I went live, I had her outside right before my daughter came home from work. And I tried to distract her when she was barking, so I threw her ball. She went and grabbed the ball. She's not even a year old yet. She went and grabbed the ball, played around with it for a second, and then found her hole that she's got dug in the yard and started digging, stuck her ball in the hole, and then started digging the hole deeper. I'm like, whatever. And then she went to barking again. So then I made her come inside. I try to make her behave, but it's like she's not my dog, so I just... All right. I'm thinking this is a... Yeah, let's cut. Let's cut here. Is this long enough? Yeah. All right, let's go. Trying to think of the best way to cut and not waste, but you know, no matter what, you're going to waste. But I think we're good here. All right, so I'm going to get this last up. So what I'll say, because I didn't get it done on camera, and if you're interested in this bag, the lining pocket, the piece that you get, the interior divider pocket, so this is cut on fold for their interior divider pocket. You're going to cut 4 lining. What I'm doing is I'm going to cut 2 of this floral here. I'll show it to you since I didn't show it to you earlier. This is called Garden Tales. It's real pretty. I like that. I'm going to cut just 2 of this because this will be on the exterior of the divider pocket. It'll be this part on the outside. And then I'm going to cut 2 of the dark green. That's going to be on the inside of the divider pocket. So I'll have, instead of cutting 4 of all the same, I'm going to cut 2 of the pretty print and then 2 of the solid for the inside. I hope that makes sense since I didn't do that live. I wanted to mention that. You also will need to cut little tabs to go over the end of your zipper. So you'll need to cut that. I cut that out of a solid on this one, and because when I cut the bag, I wasn't quite sure where it was going. But I'm going to cut that out of this so it all matches. That is the only thing left that I have besides my slip and my zipper pockets, which I already went over that. So that's it. I just got to cut this out of my Wabi Sabi because I'm using exterior instead of lining fabric. And that's pretty much it on this bag. If anybody has any questions. Oh, okay. She's going to 8. All right. No problem, Cynthia. I appreciate you being here. And I appreciate you giving me a like as well. But now I have a destruction back here. She took a zipper. I had a roll of zipper tape on the floor and she found it.
Give me that.
But anyway, I'll let you know a day ahead if we're going to do this live on Saturday or not. And then any questions on this pattern or cutting of it, just leave it in a comment. I will check it. Some of my comments aren't coming through, but I try really hard to check the comments. So leave me a comment, email me. My email is in my YouTube page, so give me an email if you have any questions that I don't see comments. Other than that, that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you sitting with me, watching me cut this out, and thank you so much, and I'll let you know when we sew it up. Appreciate you. Thanks. Bye.